Bro, why are you so angry? Bro, you think your dad beat the shit out of you? Your dad doesn't have shit on me. I'm gonna show you what it's like to beat you. I mean, every childhood memory you have is gonna come back.
He was branded as talentless, called the worst champion, and even had his unpopular orientation scrutinized.
You see this meme where it says that I was reacting to when your coach kissed you?
Oh yeah.
Did he kiss you? Because I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice Dricus. Like, that's why everybody's like, look at DC. He's
like
uncomfortable. I did not even notice.
The most controversial champion in UFC history, surrounded by fan hate, disdain from fellow fighters, and widespread criticism. He always stepped into the cage and won.
My guy, to be honest, I don't give a shit who's holding the belt when I fight for it. I'm not here to fight Israel Adesanya. I'm not here to fight anyone. I'm here to become the world champion.
It's time to dive into the harsh reality that DDP mercilessly immerses his opponents in. Stick around until the end of the video, because I've got a ton of interesting details for you. Get comfortable, here we go. It's hard to believe that a fighter who many don't even perceive as a man can make his opponents break mentally before the fight even begins. Dricus plays real psychological games with his opponents that even Conor McGregor would envy.
Kill your dreams.
The humble and reserved gentleman persona outside the cage disappears the moment the press conference starts. Dricus has a unique split personality. He psychologically prepares his opponents to be positive during contract signings and initial meetings. But as soon as the fighters are surrounded by media, DDP mercilessly strikes at his opponent's most vulnerable spots.
Watch this. I'm a human being. I am a man. I can cry and whoop your ass at the same time.
The man needs to be motivated to be back here. He had a, emotional fuel to be back here. He said it. He's motivated by me. That's what gets him back in here. I'm motivated by greatness. I'm not motivated by some person.
Dricus has an incredible sense of where his opponents are vulnerable. He understands better than anyone the advantages of facing a fighter who's mentally broken. He literally tries to provoke hatred towards himself in the eyes of his opponent. This causes fighters to forget their composure and control, both during the conferences and in the fight.
I feel the love from the crowd. Yeah, I'm gonna kill your dreams. I wanna kill your dreams.
You might say that Adesanya was already mentally broken. Fine, maybe you're right. But what happens when we take the most masculine fighter in the history of the promotion?
I don't gotta be your coach. I'm not trying to grab your dick.
Remember when we were talking about fighting is like having sex with a woman?
Yes.
Does that mean that Alex f***ed you? You're training with him, so does that make you his bitch?
Oh, this fucking shit. I've never smacked a woman, but you're about to call me fucking.
Sean Strickland, the perfect example of charisma, steel nerves, and masculine maturity.
You can take this belt, you can give it to anybody in the fucking stands. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about this belt. The only thing I want to do is make this fucking man bleed, and it's gonna be a good one.
He didn't kiss his coach and openly expressed hatred towards sexual minorities in public. But even Sean couldn't keep his composure in front of Dricus. DDP exploited Strickland's vulnerability and exposed his opponent's most painful wound to the public.
Every single one, the one where you lie in bed at night, where your
here's the
dad
thing,
comes
man.
in and he beats the shit
I
out of
will
you.
take your fucking soul. You understand me, you fucking pussy?
Dricus mentally destroyed his opponent, and the final blow came with a simple mockery of all of Sean's promises.
Yeah, you fucking laugh, you fucking.
Yeah, I got a nerve. I see I hit a nerve there.
Yeah, you fucking did hit a nerve, you fucking bitch. Go ice your fucking ankle, you fucking coward.
Sean Strickland is perfect at press conferences, but his maniacal psychology is only part of his terrifying reality. He wouldn't be himself without his mastery inside the cage. So, let's shift focus to some of the champion's best fights. Many underestimate Dricus's resume. Let's take a deeper look into the story. At UFC 293, Strickland pulled off what was arguably the upset of the year. by defeating Israel Adesanya. And it wasn't just a lucky strike. Sean took 4 out of 5 rounds from the champion and rightfully earned the title. With a win streak behind him, Sean was indeed a deserving champion. However, his first title defense was against Dricus Du Plessis, whom he had already exchanged words and punches during UFC 296. Now, nothing is troubling Dricus. He stated he is ready to either take the belt or die trying. Before this fight, the South African had the longest active win streak in the division. Du Plessis made his UFC debut in 2020 and won all 6 of his bouts, with only 1 going to a decision. In his last fight, he knocked out Robert Whittaker, earning a title shot.
UFC middleweight champ Israel Adesanya has kept a low profile a little bit this week, but he is likely the most interested observer watching Octagon side tonight. Dricus Du Plessis, the plus 265 underdog tonight, taking on that man, the credentialed Robert Whittaker. Du Plessis in green, Whittaker is in black. Here we go.
Beautiful jab by Du Plessis from the southpaw. He stunned him back.
Oh, now a low leg kick.
Du Plessis got Whittaker in all kinds of
Whittaker's in a world of trouble.
Oh my goodness.
Big strike raining down by the South African. Whittaker covers up. Do you believe it? Dricus Du Plessis calls his shot and stops Robert Whittaker inside 10 minutes. Wow. Dricus still knocks Du Plessis.
I honestly don't give a shit if I'm an underdog going into any fight. No, once I step in there, I'm the favorite every single time. All of you booing right now, go 1, 2, 3, go. I can't wait to turn those into cheers once again.
What a matchup it is here in Toronto for the undisputed UFC middleweight championship. A 6-0 UFC start has afforded Dricus Du Plessis the opportunity to challenge for the world title. Sean Strickland is the hunted and trying to successfully defend and produce his 16th win. Dricus Du Plessis is in green, Sean Strickland in the black and gold, befitting a champion.
I really do believe this fight is going to show how good these guys really are.
Lunging jab lands for Du Plessis.
This fight turned into a real chess match. The champion was working on his defense, constantly pressuring the challenger with hard jabs. Dricus moved forward, trying to overwhelm him with his own aggression, and the tension was building. Strickland absorbed the punches that the challenger was able to land. But it was clear that his game plan was not working as expected. His coaches advised him to keep throwing jabs, work on the back foot, and block each attack. It's not that Dricus was significantly outclassing his opponent, but he often looked far better in the exchanges than the champion. In the final rounds, Du Plessis left a cut on Strickland's face and tried to capitalize on it. But Sean responded to every attack from his opponent. The right hook was working well, but DDP was landing hard and targeting the cut with precision. In the last round, Strickland worked well against the challenger, but it wasn't enough to convince the judges of his victory. Poor improvisation, deviations from the game plan, and a number of mistakes that Dricus took full advantage of resulted in Strickland losing his title in his very first defense. And now, the world has a new champion.
Du Plessis kept coming forward, then started mixing up takedowns and punches, and I had it even going to the 5th round. I'm like, this is the round, see who wants it, and they both started to turn it up a little bit. It's one of those tight fights. But I'm also one of these guys, I believe you have to take it from the champion.
It was a controversial decision. Dricus didn't win convincingly, and he immediately faced a barrage of criticism not only from fans but also from Dana. However, all the angry comments were easily overshadowed by his bright victories, and Dricus knew this. His next fight would be against the fighter who at one point was considered the most dominant champion in this weight class. Adesanya returned to the octagon octagon after a year-long hiatus. For 10 years, from 2012 to 2022, Israel had never known defeat in the middleweight division, literally cleaning out the division by defeating everyone in his path, some of them more than once. Izzy's dominance ended with the arrival of his main kickboxing rival, Alex Pereira, who he had lost to twice.
Time away was good for me to soul search, find myself, and realize that I'm still new at this and I can still get this done. But yeah, I don't need any extra motivation. He's my motivation. Fuck the belt, I'm coming for your head.
Israel and Dricus had started building up their potential fight quite some time ago. We all remember those strange debates about who the real African was. The fighters were trying to get into each other's heads, and this fight became personal for both of them. But now DDP was stepping into the cage as the king of the division. But of course, Adesanya was back for his title. Israel was broken inside, but he tried to instill confidence in himself.
Nothing else needs to be said. The words now give way to the action. There's an undeniable anxiousness, I would think, for the entire MMA fan base as they get ready to watch a fight of this caliber.
Israel kept pressuring the champion, while Dricus responded with rare explosive combinations. Izzy controlled the distance, and the champion attempted to shoot for a takedown, but it was blocked. Early in the second round, Du Plessis caught Izzy moving and secured a takedown. Adesanya managed to get back up, but Dricus brought him down again, establishing solid control. In the third round, Du Plessis slowed down. His explosive combinations became slower, and the challenger was able to see them coming. DDP focused on the grappling, clearly preparing something on the ground. But Israel didn't allow any chance for a submission attempt. At the start of the fourth round, the challenger landed several solid attacks, including one to the liver, while the champion tried to go for a takedown but failed. Israel had been playing too much in the striking game and was overly confident, which eventually came back to bite him. Dricus sensationally dropped Israel with a standing knockdown and immediately followed up with a well-executed takedown. In the blink of an eye, he took Israel back and finally finished what he started.
Hook in. Let's see him.
Oh, he's got the choke. He's got the choke.
Du Plessis.
Oh, he gets it done.
Still,
Oh my God.
South Africa, Dricus Du Plessis remains the man at 185.
The moment he was able to get another takedown, he got it done. You saw him close to that early in the fight. It looked like the momentum was swinging to Adesanya, and Du Plessis, in pure Dricus fashion, did exactly what he's done so many times.
I had to go and fight and win that bout. And that's what I go out there to do. I don't grapple to win a round on points. I go for a submission. I don't do pad work every day to outpoint somebody. I hit the pads to knock you out.
Dricus managed to endure all the tough moments and find the takedown that allowed him to close out the fight. After Dricus's first title defense, everyone was waiting for only one thing: a rematch with Sean.
And hey, Dricus, I respect you for that because you fight like a fucking maniac. But I won that fight and I'm gonna win this fight. So fucking saddle up and let's get it done.
Yeah, I fight like somebody on the short bus, but you look like the driver.
The American continues to be an unquestionable top fighter in his division, and fans were expecting nothing less than another knockout, or at the very least, an equally thrilling and brutal fight like their first encounter. Strickland is one of the organization's fan favorites, as he puts on a show both in and outside the octagon.
We're probably gonna have a 5-round war. I'm gonna try to put his ass down. He's gonna try to put my ass down. One of us is gonna get fucked up. It ain't gonna be me. To the fucking death. I think the Dutchman can agree. We're gonna put on a war, and we're gonna try to fuck each other up. And that's a promise we both can make you guys.
In this fight, Dricus showed the best version of himself. Although Strickland started to pressure, the champion responded with dangerous counters. Sean kept working from distance, constantly applying pressure with his attacks. and Dricus began to realize the cost of inactivity. The champion started taking more risks, landing heavy strikes, and relentlessly breaking down the challenger's face. Overall, Dricus looked far more impressive in the fight. At the start of the 4th round, the situation became more difficult for the American. Dricus landed a precise strike and broke Sean's nose. This was a real surprise, seeing excellent boxing skills not from Strickland, but from Dricus. The challenger was literally bleeding out. The champion was performing almost perfectly, landing shot after shot directly to Sean's nose. In the 5th round, Strickland had no choice but to move forward and try to find some success in dangerous exchanges. But all these punches looked like pitiful attempts to replicate his success from the first fight. Dricus nullified all of Sean's advantages, successfully closing the chapter on their first encounter. Dricus has defeated nearly all the top opposition in his weight class, solidifying his legacy and etching his name in history.
Whatever he's doing works. He's the world champion. And how do you spar for a guy like that, you know? Don't change anything that he's doing on account of what I say.
But this story may soon come to an end, as massive challenges lie ahead.
Pretty relevant. If Chimaev's not ranked #1, why would he be fighting for an interim belt? It makes it kind of hard to tell me why he's fighting for the undisputed belt. We all know that Chimaev should be. We all know Chimaev's the great threat. It is stunning to me that he's not ranked #1.
Dricus has already started playing by his own rules, making a bold statement. Do you think Du Plessis can stop the Chechen Wolf's crusade?
Yeah, I'll just out-wrestle him. Yeah, that's a game plan. Yeah, sounds good.
If you'd like to see an analysis of this fight, let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you later.